Hi, I'm Keith Peters with the Palo Alto Weekly. With me today are two members of the Eastside Prep girls basketball team. On my right is Alayah Bell, a sophomore. On my left is Kayla Tahaafe, also a sophomore. Both of them played in two NorCal Division V playoff games last week. Eastside Prep won both games. In the championship game, Eastside Prep defeated St. Joseph Notre Dame 65-59. Alayah had 21 points in that game. In the semifinals, in a 62-44 victory over number 4 seeded Urban, Kayla had 25 points. Those victories qualified Eastside Prep to earn a return trip to the CIF state championship game. And for those performances, they are the Palo Alto Weekly Girls Co-Athletes of the Week. We're going to start with you. 21 points in the championship game. That qualified you guys for the state championship, another trip. You were there last year. How excited were you to win that game and get back to the state finals?
I was really excited to win that game. Our coach always talked to us about having unfinished business at state, and I wanted to get it done. So it was just like I was playing for my team.
21 points, season high for you. You've been averaging under 10 points a game. Where did that big game come from?
Well, it really came from my team. I had hurt my knee in the first quarter, and they just kept telling me that I had to push through it, especially Kayla. She was helping me along the way. Told me that I was stronger than their team mentally and to keep pushing, and that we needed this win, so I did.
You had 25 points in the semifinals. Obviously, you got to win the semifinals to get to the finals. Big game for you. Obviously, you realize how important that game was, and you really had to perform.
Yeah, I just knew that the semifinal game was just another building block for us to get to NorCal and then after that state. So I just knew that in order to win, I just needed to get my work done and play as hard as I could and leave everything on the court.
You'd played in last year's NorCal championship game. Having that game under your belt, did it make it a little bit easier as far as nervousness? You know, you'd been there and you'd done that, and so you had this second championship game or semifinal game, and so you were a little bit maybe the pressure was off.
Yeah, this year I came into this NorCal championship game knowing what to expect. I knew what they were gonna do, the meetings with the refs, and I knew that we were going to only have a certain amount of time to warm up, so I knew what to expect, and so a little of the nerves were a little off this year.
You guys have a very young team. You might have the youngest team in the state playoffs. Everybody is either a freshman or a sophomore. How do you win week after week with such a young group that most people would think doesn't have a whole lot of experience?
Well, the freshmen definitely had to grow up fast on our team. And, I mean, it doesn't really matter what year you are. As long as you put in the work, I believe that we can win.
And speaking of work, what time do you practice every day, and how early do you have to get up for it?
Well, our practice starts every day. Usually we have morning practices, 5:45 a.m., and that goes usually to around 7:30. And then we come back in the afternoon at 11:30, and that goes to about 1.
And so you practice twice a day, and obviously a lot of hard work, and you feel that it's obviously paying off, and getting up early and losing a little sleep is all worth it.
Definitely. So when we walk into a gym, we have the confidence to say that we were the ones up at 5:45 in the morning, not them. There's no way they should hang with us.
In last year's championship game, you were only a freshman. Alayah was there as well. You ended up losing your first ever appearance in the state finals by only 4 points. What did you learn from that game that might help you this week?
I think I learned a lot from that game. I learned that I need to grow up because I think I just learned that the importance of the state championship game. And so this year, like all the sophomores, me, Alayah, and Rana just come in, are like prepared for this game and ready to win because we're not willing to take another loss like we did last year.
Obviously, very disappointing. You come back this year, you don't have a player like Destiny Graham, who's 6'2", 6'3", nobody over 6 feet tall. How are you getting it done this year?
I think this year our dynamic had to change from last year. So with our height, we can't really depend on like someone like Destiny to get the ball into or get a quick point because of her height. So this year we really had to just really change it. And so this year we're really more about running the lanes and just getting out the ball because of our height and our speed.
How is the season going to end this year?
We're going to take this W tomorrow.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
and good luck in the championship game.
Thank you.